one 5-star, I won the 50-50 on the unit, so it cost me 70 to get it. On the other one, I lost the 50-50, so it took me 2 pities to get it. And so to get the average of the two, I add them together and divide it by 2. And so with the 50-50 incorporated into the pity, that's how much it costs per unit. Could you take the average of...
Remember yesterday I was telling you about how like defending gacha games and like gacha race is like eating like poisonous meals and talking about how my meal has less poison in it than your poisoned meal. And I introduced you, if you didn't already know, Gacha Smack. I introduced you. I said, hello, this is Gacha Smack. I love Gacha Smack. He's one of the good content creators because he didn't need Tectone to give him a career. He doesn't just bow down. He has his own opinion. He's a really great content creator. Well, turns out I was wrong. Saintontas has put out a hit piece, an attack against Gacha Smack. The video that we watched yesterday, Gacha Smack was right. Gacha Smack was like, you know what? I'm not a fan of these companies. These big companies, you know, I'm about the people. Apparently, Saintontas has something to say about this, about this Gacha Smack. What does he have to say? We're watching this at like 0.125 speed, by the way, or 50 speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again, and you're seeing a face on the screen that you likely haven't seen for a long time. I'm just praying that he doesn't end up showing his teeth in this video, because you know that bro's looking like a piano that got into a fucking car accident.
Jesus Christ! The video, it's not even been 20 seconds. We're already attacking the guy's his facial features.
I think the best way to describe how his mouth looks like. Anyways, personal appearances aside, right? We got Gacha Smack over here with a bit of a situation. He's spreading misinformation.
What?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Gacha Smack is once again
in my YouTube on my Gacha games
spreading misinfo about Wuthering Waves to elevate another game, and it's happened again. I've been made aware that he's just openly seen misjudging, potentially lying about the amount of polls required in other games while doing his analysis.
By the way, it looks like we have like an audience just watching Saintontas in the bottom corner. That's hilarious.
This over here about Silver Palace, and boy, oh boy, do we have a bit of an adventure to go on, because the first comment that you see over here on his video about Silver Palace is
Asmongold jump scare. By the way, oh my god, what the fuck? You can't get away from this Cool.
For NTE, the game that is undoubtedly the worst performer out of all the games in the gacha space. Yet seen actively just being glazed in the comment section of his video, and this is the comparison that you can see right now. So literally, NT is at the bottom, closely followed by Enfield, and then we got ZZZ, then Wuwa, then HSR. Fake collab just came out today.
It turns out that Enfield's not dead, but Neverness to Neverness is.
Wuwa's got like 3 days left until Soy Soy comes out, so we're in the dead part of the patch, and ZZZ's anniversary is right around the corner, and then NT is just like there, and so is AKE, right at the bottom. And so naturally, you might be wondering, why are we seeing so much glaze? And of course, where's the Wuwa misinformation? And that's what we're going to be looking at today.
I don't actually see a whole lot of glaze of NTE. I made 2 videos shitting on that game, and no one cared. It seems like no one cares about NTE either way. They don't care about glazing it. They don't care about shitting on it. If you play it, you play it. If you like it, you like it. That's what I've seen.
Because naturally, we just want to ensure that when it comes to Silver Palace and the awful...
Yeah, Alden Fowler is playing the hit game Saintontas on the Grift Box 3.
Gacha system that they put out, where, this is my summary of it, 100 pull hard pity, no 50-50, a 25-75 instead for the limited unit, no guarantee after 25-75 losses, so infinite losses to 100, and then a 50-50 on the weapon banner with 0.8% rates. And we're gonna find out, is Gacha Sack simply misled, or...
Gacha Sack?
Is he doing what he did for AKE? Is he lying about Wuthering Waves, lying about that game to uplift another?
Saintontas, released in 2005 on the PSP.
Because we know that happened before, especially when you remember that incident with Iman's weapon, him complaining about spending, but then being happy to spend hundreds when he's on a sponsored AKE stream. So we all know that happened. It's in our back pocket over here. Let's see how good of a shit.
I heard about that like a long time ago, that sometimes these companies give you free polls to gamble on the new update, but like apparently they don't really give you that many polls. But if you are sponsored, then you are technically getting paid to play the game, so you technically are getting paid to poll. I don't know.
Shake, a fair shake he's giving these games. These are brutally honest thoughts, unsponsored, right?
Boys and girls, now that the Silver Palace Gacha system has been revealed in CBT.
I don't like any kind of sponsored review or anything like that, because I just don't trust it.
We have official verifiable information that we can actually go off of and give a real opinion on. It's most certainly not the rumors that were being spread. Insane blatant.
I actually skimmed through this video a little bit, because if this was just going to be a straight up boring video, I wouldn't bring it to you, but there are some parts of this that I think is fucking funny. So.
Misinfo by people who were too eager to get out news on this game's gacha system. This is why you always wait, guys, for official information. This is not a...
I love how he's kind of like leading into this with, guys, people that were reporting about it being similar to AKE, they were just wrong. They managed to modify their gacha system and make it worse than AKE. So with the knowledge that it's worse than
By the way,
AKE,
I never hear anyone talking about the gacha. They either talk about like the lack of content or how the story was bad at the beginning or how the factory is annoying. I never hear them complaining about the fucking gacha.
the character banner specifically, I won't say it's worse than AKE's on the weapon banner. The character banner in Silver Palace is significantly worse than Enfield's. And then this is what this guy's going with straight up.
One-to-one to AKE's gacha system. I don't even know what the hell this is. It's kind of like they just took things from particular pre-existing gacha games in the space and kind of put into their own. I don't even know what the hell this is.
It's worse.
We're gonna get into it though. We're gonna be as honest as we possibly can, shoot it down the middle. But it's important to take note of the video I just made. When these new gacha games come out, they have to be more accessible than the pre-existing ones because players only have so much time and so much money to spend. And with the ever fragmenting, oversaturated gacha space, you have to make your game better than the...
Okay, you know what? I've realized this thing. Bro's been sitting here waffling for a full minute. Wait, is this... Bro, he's been waffling for like a full fucking minute. It hasn't even got into... Bro, I feel like I need to skip. Bro, I feel like my time is actively... It's a 12-minute video.
I like how Saintontas is complaining about Gacha Smack farming watch time when all Saintontas does is farm rage bait.
Okay, let's just see when this guy actually starts talking about...
Every single argument in the gacha space is just, yeah, well, I don't do it as bad as you. You don't do it as bad as me. They don't do it as bad as I don't do.
Want to watch this fucking thing, bro?
If you're content, this is the system you're gonna get. If you're not content, you gotta leave some feedback. Best way to do it. All right, so let's go ahead and get
We've gotten past the whole argument of just like, gacha games are predatory into, well, it's not as bad as you, but I.
This motherfucker, a 2-minute, 27-second intro. Bro had a 2-minute,
yeah,
20...
bro made a 31-minute video about how he doesn't agree with Gacha Smack's like take on the 50-50 system, and he's gonna complain that Gacha Smack talked for 2 minutes before he got into like the main topic. Like, bro, you made a 31-minute fucking video.
27-second intro for a 12-minute video.
Come on, dude.
100 pulls are pity to guarantee a featured character. That's 60 less pulls than Wuwa, and that's 80 less pulls than Genshin. So we're off to a good start there.
I'm going to give him a chance to save this one. I'm going to give him a chance to save...
Bro is about to pull out the MS Paint, and it's just... I just can't believe that. I can't believe people take these games so seriously.
This one because he's so disgustingly wrong here.
I don't think you have any right to talk about watch time, Clay, but why is this about me? Well, I'm not... What about me? Listen, I react and I give my opinion, and I make the videos longer, okay? We're not talking about me. We're talking about Saintontas, we're talking about this guy, when this guy does the same shit, if not worse. We're not talking about me.
And distorts the information.
I'm putting you on the stretcher.
Surrounding.
And I ain't talking about the medical one. I'm talking about the torture.
Pities in those games to a degree that's almost criminal. Let's see if he saves this, though.
A significant less amount of pulls when going to max pity. Not that I ever go to max pity in Wuwa. I usually get...
You're about to hear the dumbest, most non-controversy that I've... Like, the math that's about to be put on your screen, the numbers that are about to be put on your screen, you're going to slap your face with your hand.
The character around the 66 to 70 pull mark.
Okay, he's getting there. He's getting there.
Which means 132 to 140 pulls is typically where I land at.
He's getting there.
That's still much more than 100 pulls.
And so this is where we have gotten to. I'll give him one last chance.
Pity also carries over to future banners.
Okay, he missed it. He missed it, guys. He fucked up. Because this is where we got...
It's 2026 and we're still complaining about gacha in gacha games. Didn't I just make a video? We watched this video. We watched a video about this yesterday where I said there's no point to complain about gacha games if you play gacha games, dude. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's like being in a relationship with somebody that you don't like. And it's like, yeah, I could just break up with them and just never see them again, but I think I'll just stay around and complain about it until they kill me or themselves or both.
Gotta get into where Gacha Smack has decided to take shots at both Wuthering Waves and Genshin.
He's taking shots at my gacha game. Oh, the agony.
Impact in the goofiest way possible because he doesn't know math. You have all been misinformed tremendously.
Oh my god.
Gacha Smack's example over here assumes that you are losing every 50-50 ever.
You probably are. It's a gacha game. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Gacha Smack's take and his numbers and his calculations and his explanation regarding Genshin and Wuwa is true if you lose every 50-50.
You know what a lot of people do? Like, a lot of people... I've said when I was playing what's it called? Honkai Star Rail, I just knew that I was going to lose the 50-50. And any game that had a 50-50, I would just know, like, okay, I need 120 pulls, I need 160 pulls, I need 180 pulls, whatever, because I know that I'm going to at least lose, if not this 50-50, I'm going to lose the next one or the one after that. And there are people that lose the 50 almost every single time. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, what? Like, Saintontas? Does Saintontas really think that people are just hitting every single 50-50?
When you're supposed to win 50% of them. That's why it's called a 50-50. So imagine that, like, in your analysis or whatever, you simply forget that there's a 50-50 and you automatically assume at a baseline, because you're so educated and smart, because you definitely did go to college, right, Gacha Smack? You assume that the 50-50...
You don't have to go to college to play a gacha game and lose 50-50s. It happens all the time. And you either have to just eat the loss and then just not get the character, or you hunker down and you pay the full 120 or 60 or whatever because you know you're gonna lose the 50-50.
He has lost every single time. And this is where I'm going to have to pull out paint again. We did this last time, but I do feel like this guy needs a math class that I don't think he ever got in his childhood.
We really don't need it.
This is what we got, right? Let's use our own numbers.
We don't need this. You don't have to do this.
5, 4, 65 to 70. 1 5-star, right? Those are the numbers he said. We know that, right? So if you have a 50% chance of winning, that means that, well, one of your 5 stars is going to cost about 70. Then when you lose that 50%, the other one costs 140. And so you add these and then divide it by 2 and you get 105 per unit. And that's what happens when you implement the 50-50 into this math. That looks a little messy.
I just feel like people always do this. Like they convince themselves that just because like the preferred like best case scenario exists, like of course the best case scenario exists in any scenario. Of course it does. But this is a gambling casino that you're walking into. You're not going to get the best case scenario every single time. Like, yes, you can break it down and you can put math on the screen and go, actually, if you break it down, but the people's experience is they lose the 50-50 every time, or a mass majority of the time, or a vast majority of the time, I should say. I don't even know how I can't speak anymore. Turn this into an English class. I need to learn how to speak.
105 per 5-star. Not too hard, right? Kind of obvious that's how it should work with the 50-50. And then you go to Genshin, right? Same exact logic. Genshin's around, well, for a 5-star, it's around 75 to 80. So in Genshin, you would...
I just love how Gacha Smack is just like, he comes off as like the most like unbothered content creator. He comes on, he gives his take, and then he disappears. Sometimes he dips back into the drama to throw some shots, but like, I rarely ever see like Gacha Smack starting anything. He's just a guy. He's just hanging out, and he's able to turn Saintontas into a fucking math teacher, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Just go 50%, right? And they go to 80 and then 160.
And by the way, again, yeah, this all gets thrown out the window when you're taking into account that like this, it's a gambling game. Like there are people that could do 10 pulls on each banner and somehow get the character. That doesn't mean that gambling is good.
Divided by 2 equals, what do you got over here? 120, bro. So Gacha Smack's numbers are literally, well, for Wuthering Waves, it's 55 above what he was saying, and for Genshin and HSR ZZZ, it's 60 above in what he's saying. So this dude just got up on here. And
he's a math. He's a math Asian. Go fake. My God, Alden Valor, that's just ridiculous. Why would you?
Get out of my ass.
Why would you say that, Alden Valor?
Stands how a 50-50 even works. Because this is how the 50-50 works, guys, right? Silver Palace has a 25-75. Why are you dividing by 2? 1 5-star, I won the 50-50 on the unit, so it cost me 70 to get it. On the other one, lost the 50-50, so it took me 2 pities to get it. And so to get the average of the 2, I add them together and divide it by 2. And so with the 50-50 incorporated into the pity, that's how much it costs per unit. Because you take the average of both, and one costs double the amount of other because you had to go twice. This is how retarded.
This is what. This is what gacha games do to a dude.
Somebody that doesn't understand it sounds, and that's Smack. That's Smack. Across his entire video. What if you lost 2 times? Okay, Dokuda, if you lose 2 times in a row, then you have a 0% chance of winning your 50-50, and that doesn't make much sense to compare it to, does it? Then you're winning 0% of the time, and that's Smack's calculation. He calculates the pull count, assuming you win a 50-50 0% of the time. Because then it's 140 plus 140 divided by 2. That's
I just realized, so there's 2 ways to think about a 50-50. Like, if there's no guarantee on the second character, then you can lose the 50-50 twice. But I think he's misunderstanding that, like, what most people think about a 50-50 system, they think I lost it on the first 50. I got the character on the second 50. Then I went to a new banner and I did the 50-50 on the new banner and I lost that 50-50. So when people say I lost a 50-50 twice, they're talking about they lost on both banners. I think what he's trying to say is that we're talking about the same banner. Like, I don't even know what we're talking about here. This should be like settled science at this point in Gacha games. When any game that has a 50-50, you will lose the character more times than win, and you will have to pay the full amount of 120 or 180 or like whatever.
140. Like, you didn't need to do the math to understand that one. It's just, do you see how such a lack of intelligence and a lack of just like mathematical literacy is space so hard? You have CCs out here with no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Now I have to come in and correct basic algebra.
Yes.
It's a Gacha game, dude.
We have the video brought up right here. Yes, I'm in the beta. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, so I've been extrapolating information from community members that have been playing the beta.
Who? Which, like, okay, maybe that's a good excuse. He got that from some...
now he's AoE taunting Saintontas. Now Saintontas needs to find the other people that Gacha Smack was watching. He's gonna hunt them down and give them a piece of his mind.
Somebody else. Which retard did you get this from then? Hey, Smack, which dipshit did you get these numbers from? Hey, we can let this slide, right? We can just say Smack copied this from somebody else. Who did you copy this from? Please say you copied this from somebody, right? Because you don't want to be out here looking this fucking stupid.
Oh my god. Get over yourself.
The source. Like, this is your out, Smack. You could say you just copied this from somebody else. And
actually, you're making yourself look really stupid talking about my Gacha games, and I'm going to educate you and tell you how it actually is statistically.
Double check the info. It's like you're bad, right? Or you're stupid. Which one is it? Hey, you gotta expose somebody here. Your fall man or yourself? 100 pool.
Your fall man. Like, there's a conspiracy. Like, they're dragging a guy away in chains. You're under arrest for misinformation in Gacha games. You don't understand. I'm just the fall guy. No! Are you kidding me?
Or pity, the guarantee.
Who's it gonna be, brother?
Yes, I'm in the beta. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, so I've been extrapolating information from...
I'm gonna find the list. The list of people spreading misinformation about his Gacha games.
Members that have been...
Was it Loki Gacha? Was it Mr. Pokey? Who was it?
Just so I can get this video out. But Styx has it right here. Limited time repertoire events share a featured 5-star character guarantee mechanic. Which...
Okay, so bro's just like out here reading. Let's see how he makes that. We already know all the information about the Gacha. Let's see how it relates to your
character guarantee mechanic, which resets when you obtain a 5-star character. In short, pity carries over. So if you're at 95 pools in Silver Palace, you lose, you don't get the feature character, and then the banner goes into another limited banner.
Okay,
you'll be at 95 pool pity.
True, that is correct. That is 100% correct. There is pity carry forward in Silver Palace.
Yes, it carries over. That's good. 60 less pools. Already read that. One huge.
That is one thing I'll say. If your game doesn't carry over pity to the next banner, so. Your game sucks. It should burn in hell.
It's 5 less polls than Wuwa.
This might be the biggest nothing burger of the decade. That's what I'm saying. Gacha game, like, it's not that serious, dude. Like, my god.
For the average pity, because that's what you should be going for. Why would you calculate this at max pity when there's a 50-50? Why would you calculate based off the max unless you're trying to make this gacha system look better than it is? If there's a 50-50, you're only going to the max 50% of the time. So why would you only list out the max? It's a good question to ask. And it's also a great question to ask. Why would you present the information in such a lopsided way that makes Silver Palace look extra good?
Positive over.
I mean, how many times have you heard people say, like, I had to quit this game because every time a new banner came out, I lost a 50-50? Like, why are we trying to, like, downplay 50-50s now all of a sudden?
On Genshin's type system, your pity doesn't reset if you get a 5-star earlier than 100. It resumes. So this is a better way to put it. Getting a 5-star
I just want to see if he crashes out again. I really just...
that isn't a limited character contributes nothing to your pity. There's no guarantee for a future unit. You don't lose your pity because you didn't get the unit, but getting the limited 5-star unit on the banner makes your pity reset. It's a spark. Essentially, it's a spark system that disappears if you get the unit early.
I thought everyone hated 50-50. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, now all of a sudden we're like defending 50-50 systems and like, I don't get it.
So it's worse than a spark system. That is the design of this thing. And so in a similar way, getting an early 5-star doesn't reset your pity, but getting an early 5-star gives you no guarantees on future pulls, and you're still probably going to go to 100.
The trade-off. Here's the positive. Your pity will not reset if you don't get the feature character, but you do get some standard character. In Wu on Genshin, it does. It resets all the way back to 0. However, the next time it goes gold, this is the upside of it. You are guaranteed the character.
There's no way you're reacting to a man that's reacting to a man reacting to a video, and you have all of that in ×2 speed.
Or should you
Exactly.
be lucky to get it early? The 0.8% chance the house is in favor. You're not in favor. So it's
Let's see if he flips this. You're not in favor, because he's
If
talking.
you have a pity system, just give me the character. That's what, like, some of these games, they allow you to like buy the character outright if you have enough of like the duplicate currency or whatever from pulling duplicates. But like, yeah, like I really do feel like if I have like the full amount of pulls, just like, but that's the thing, like you have the full amount of pulls to just straight up buy the character, but you still have to gamble for the character because you might get the character early, and like one person will get the character in 110 pull, then you'll have to go the full 180. And it's like, again, like people like to just like take like the best case scenario and just apply that as, well, because the best case can let me try this again. Just because a best case scenario exists, that means that the system is perfectly fine, and if you criticize it at all, then I'm gonna have to make a video about you.
Talking about how you're unlikely to get earlies in Wuwa or Genshin. Let's see if he
50-50 heads, you get City Sweeney. Tails, you get stage 4 cancer. You take it. No, of course not.
talks about the house for Silver Palace.
It's literally just the odds are against you, but some people have gambling problems and they seem to think that's a good thing. 50-50 suck, period.
See, this is why I like Gacha Smack. He just cuts to it. It's bullshit. It sucks. And then that just sends Saintontas into a death spiral. I don't get it. Like, imagine being this much of a corpo dick sucker that you're actually going to go up against a guy that says, oh yeah, gambling is bad, and you know it sucks and everything, and here's why. And you go, no, I'll pull out the statistics here. How dare you? These they're good. These are good games. How dare get out of your own ass.
What about a 25-75? We're going to talk about that? Yeah, no 50-50 suck. What about a 25-75? Is that better, Gacha Smack?
So the cool thing is, in Silver Palace, if at pull 70 you don't get the character, you stay at pull 70, it resumes until you get to 100. So you only have 30 left to guarantee.
The problem is, if your career is based on a game, like Saintontas with Wuwa, like if people start like not liking 50-50 systems and they start going to other games to try to like find a different system, he thinks like, oh, that'll cut into Wuwa or that'll cut into my game, and then if that game dies, then I'll die. So that's why he's like so emotionally invested in it.
See the character.
Is there a soft pity in this game? I don't think anyone knows if there's a soft pity.
This is a positive. How
My critique of Silver Palace is that it looks like it shouldn't be a fucking gacha at all. Like it looks like it's trying to be like a more, you're playing as a character that's like a detective, and you know, it seems like the main character is like a really big part of Silver Palace. So just make it a fucking retail game. Like, again, we're ignoring like the main problem with gacha games in that they're gacha games, and we're arguing like whose gacha is better, and it's just stupid.
ever, like arknights infield, you can continue losing should you get lucky to get the future character. So at 75, gold goes across the screen, you don't get the future character. At 80, you get lucky. You hit another 0.8% chance. You can lose again. The only time you are guaranteed
Please crash out again. Please crash out again.
the 100 pull mark.
And it looks like there's a 25-75, so when are you going to get lucky in this game? The real take to make here, if you're not biased, is to say you are never getting earlies in Silver Palace because you have 50% less chance. It's a 25-75 versus a 50-50. Bro, you are never getting earlies, and your re-rolling is going to be awful on day one.
Okay.
Because your chances of getting the unit is literally halved. No, like, if you're truly trying to be honest, right? If you're trying to be brutally honest,
fucking Christ.
how are we not saying any of this shit? Or we had our cute little thing where we're trying to call out creators for making content early about certain dynamics, right? We had this cute little segment at the start, and then we rushed to get this shit out and did the worst fucking analysis possible. Imagine Gacha Smack out here throwing stones about people reacting to news about the game early, right? While he then proceeds to give out one of the worst analysis possible of a gacha system, not even factoring in 99% of the implications of one that works with a 25-75. Let's just see if it's even mentioned in the video.
100% are the 100 pull.
He did say that he was giving his opinion before he played the I don't know. I just it's like
mark. Okay. I also don't believe
I could never do this where like my entire career was based on just like, oh, somebody said one word, I gotta get to the computer, I gotta fire up a stream, I gotta cross-examine this one word that they said, and I gotta take them down. He's gonna make a first impressions video, he's gonna make an opinion video, he's gonna make his I played the game for 4 hours video, and then he's probably gonna drop the game like everybody else. Okay,
there is a soft pity in this game.
that's how every game where like I think that's enough. It's just like I'm just so sick of hearing the same arguments, the same non-controversies over and over and over again. But it is fun to watch a guy crash out over a gambling game. Oh, it's like, I thought we were over this. Like, I thought we were over this whole, like, oh, it's a gacha game, but you know, but it's just like, we know what gacha games are. If you're playing them, you're an idiot. We all understand. We're all a little bit stupid in the head. What's this? Can we watch something else instead of an angry Asian man yelling? But that's funny. Clay, it's his entire life. But Clay, you're taking away a man's entire life.